Hey, we're back. Episode 26 of the Dirty Nerdy Podcast. Today we are going to talk about the Sony State of Play event that happened this week that a lot of people were excited about, and well, there was one thing that I thought was cool. And I thought there was a few things that looked cool, but I don't know. And then what else? We're going to talk about it's Morbin time. Some Morpheus news. We've got Maverick, and we've got an absolute boatload of TV to go over. So, Steve,
metric ton.
Yeah, it just an insane amount.
Yeah.
So, what did you watch, Steve? I know you've been busy.
Yeah. I've been super busy, but I've managed to squeeze in most of the things. To catch up, since I haven't been on in a couple weeks, I finished Horizon Forbidden West, the main campaign. There's obviously tons. I didn't platinum it, so there's tons of side quests and stuff that I still have to do. But with that, I switched over to Ghost of Tsushima, if I'm pronouncing that right. That's been fantastic.
Ghost of Tsushima.
It's almost rendered as if you're playing a movie.
Okay.
With or actually, honestly, more like a TV show. And but it's a very beautiful TV show that's got, little subplots that you work through in episodes.
Is there a PS5 version of that?
There is. That's what I'm playing it on.
Okay, I didn't know if they created an updated version of it.
Yeah, no, I think it's a PS5 version of the game. The PS5 version of the game comes with Akira Kurosawa mode, which is really just a grainy black and white version of the game, but it's still kind of fun to play in it.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's my gaming news. That's really the only two games I've really touched in the past 2 weeks are those two. As far as what I've been watching, we'll talk about later. We went and saw Top Gun Maverick last week. Got some opinions on that. This week, it was kind of a dry week the last 2 weeks, but this week we got drops with, we got the big one for me was Kenobi. I watched all 3 of the released episodes of that, which, I guess we can go right into it. Because I don't believe you're watching it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I watched the first episode and a half. I've tried watching the second one, and I fell asleep like 3 or 4 times.
I don't understand how that's possible. They've made compelling characters. They've let us see a time which we never saw. We've only heard stories about. It's kind of like the Clone Wars cartoons. We know things happened in the 17 years between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, but we don't know what happened. It's giving us a glimpse into what an Obi-Wan Kenobi looks like 10 years out from being one of the most powerful Jedi in the universe, in the galaxy, and no longer being in touch with the Force. He didn't cut himself off. I don't think, kind of like Luke did in the sequel trilogy, but I think he's out of practice. It's kind of like a muscle. It's atrophied, his abilities. So I'm really enjoying it. Ewan McGregor's amazing. Hayden Christensen. He's the only one.
I think.
What was that?
From what I've seen, Ewan McGregor is the only one that could act in that show.
No, because you gave up after an episode and a half. Hayden Christensen, he is
all of a sudden he can
doing
act.
A masterful job of presenting himself as Darth Vader. He very much evokes what David Prowse did in A New Hope, but honestly a little stronger. We're seeing Vader in his prime. This is
Right.
not a weak Vader. This is the Vader we saw in Rogue One. This is a Vader that is a force in the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
And we only just saw him in episode 3, really, but
Right.
Fantastic. There's a fight scene that I have. The action scenes I have a little bit of trouble with. The parkour in episode, I think it's in episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's a with the Inquisitor. I thought was poorly done and dark, reminiscent of what Michael Bay would do if he got a hold of a Star Wars movie.
Okay.
You have a character all dressed in black parkouring across the rooftops at night, where it's dark. It didn't look good.
Okay.
And then there's an action sequence in the 3rd episode that I felt, without giving too much away, it was a showdown that it happened the way I thought it should happen, but it was just poorly lit.
Yeah.
And the backgrounds were not nearly what I felt like they should have been for that showdown of those two characters. But I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to episode 4. I kind of wish I could binge it all at once. I'd sit down and watch it all the way through and go straight into A New Hope.
Oh, okay.
So,
You think they? Well, I mean, there's only 3 episodes left.
yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Here's the thing: they've decided to tell a very specific story. I think they can wrap it up in 3 episodes. I think this is something that would have made a very, very. I mean, if they edited it down just a little bit, would have made a compelling movie.
Yeah.
In and of itself.
So, you've been watching Stranger Things as well.
Yeah. We finished that up actually this morning.
So, what's your favorite season?
Okay, well, first off, I've got to preface this with, I hate when I figure out what's happening.
Oh,
before it happens.
Okay.
You haven't watched it at all?
I haven't watched it. I want to. I just haven't had the time. Like, I really want to watch Stranger Things. I've heard season 4 is a lot better than season 3. I vaguely remember season 3, so I wanted to go back and watch that.
Yeah,
that's the one that they end in the mall, isn't it?
Yeah, they fight in the mall.
Yeah.
The big death. Billy dies, saving his little sister.
Yeah. So I want to watch it. It's just a matter of finding time.
Yeah. We just watched a couple of episodes every night. Got through it. It's good. Honestly, I can't say what my favorite scene is because you haven't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I know what my favorite scene is. It's there again. It's a showdown that you see. It's in the last episode, and I mean, I called it before it happened. I looked at my wife and I told her exactly where the final episode was going. And I didn't get a single detail wrong. That being said, I was happy that I was right because it set up for something very cool.
I was just saying, being predictable isn't necessarily a bad thing. It can get boring, but yeah.
I'm looking forward. There's still episodes left. I think there's like 6 or 7 more episodes.
Oh, that's right. They only did half of a season or whatever.
Yeah, we've got to wait until July 1st. So we've got to wait a month to find out what happens to the kids of Hawkins.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And then
I will tell you this first half of this season brings us full circle back to the very first episode of season 1.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. As we end part 1, we are back at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And take that however you want it. When you watch it, you'll completely understand, but that's where we're at.
What was the other thing? There was another show that came out. Well, there was Maverick.
The Boys came out
this
week. The first 3 episodes of that. I watched the first episode. There's way too much penis in it for me this season.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
That being said, it's it's brash and just it's in your face as far as, you know, superheroes probably would be assholes in real life.
Yeah,
And
at least some of them.
Yeah. So, you know, you get a lot of stuff with Homelander. He's getting a lot, you know, he's not popular anymore because of his dalliance with. Did you watch it at all?
I watched the first season.
Oh. They added in the second season. They add a new member. Her name is Stormfront, and she winds up being a Nazi.
Okay.
And dating Homelander.
Okay.
And you know that's the big showdown at the end, is they have to fight her and stop her because she's crazy.
Okay.
But it becomes public. You know, he's publicly dating her, so publicly, you know, now everyone knows she's a Nazi. Now he's got that shame to deal with,
right?
And he doesn't deal with that well. Obviously, his arrogance leads him down a path where he's definitely not the Superman that he thinks everyone should see him as.
Right.
So it's looking to be good. You know, I only one episode in. I don't know how many episodes they have in this season. I didn't look, but they've got 3 episodes out now on Amazon Prime.
Okay. Let's see. I finished Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay, how was that?
Like a fucking fart. Like,
well, how was the game? Less the story. How was the game?
Okay. So the game is playable.
Okay, well, that's a huge step up from what they released.
Not playable enough to make me want to do it again.
Wow.
The final boss was boring. And like I didn't have mantis blades or anything, and I still creamed this dude. And I wasn't like super leveled or anything like that. And I want to say I was playing on normal. I couldn't imagine playing it on hard because like I don't feel it's very well balanced.
I can't imagine playing it on hard because the controls and everything are so damn. And now I haven't played it since they repatched it, but the controls were so clunky and hard and difficult. You know, normal was hard enough just because it wasn't a well-designed game. Nothing like Witcher.
No, and so like and Witcher, even like with fighting and stuff, was a little janky. With some of the movements,
a little janky, but
you get caught up on things.
Yeah, but at least there was some fluidity,
right,
to the way things happen. You know, if you're riding on your horse and you want to come to a complete stop, you know, you slow down, or if you want to turn, you turn. In that game, you know, you're driving a car and you see your target, so you go to slow down and you run over 5 people and cops show up and kill you. And
yeah, there's like no traction in that game at all. That's still pretty bad. I'm really curious with them moving to what is it, the Unreal Engine for the next Witcher, and seeing how how that changes the motion and everything.
The Unreal, that's what Rockstar uses that, right, for their Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption.
I think so. I know a lot of people use the Unreal Engine. It's real popular.
Well, maybe the physics will be better then.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping. And then maybe they figure something else out and do another Cyberpunk with the physics or something. I really like the idea of the game. It just was not. It was executed poorly. I won't go back. Like, it's not worth the replay. Whereas I play the shit out of The Witcher 3. Like, I play The Witcher all the time. So yeah, it's really disappointing. The story was kind of whatever. Like you saw where it was going. Yeah, I'd give it. I'm gonna be nice. I'll give it a 5. I want to give it a 4.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get back to it eventually. I've got to beat Ghosts. Then after that, maybe maybe Cyberpunk. I don't know. It kind of depends on what's out then. I might switch back to Elden Ring for a little while.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna probably get back into Elden Ring here in a bit. Let's see. I watched Maverick, and then I watched. What else did I watch? I watched Maverick. I watched what's it called? Drag Me to Hell Again.
Okay.
I
In honor of
wa-
Johnny Depp winning his trial.
Oh, you know what? That's another thing I watched. I watched the hell out of that trial.
I just watched clips of it. I'm not that interested in the whole ordeal.
I just have it on while I was working, and this dude that was covering it, Rekieta Law, he's funny as hell, and so
Yeah.
like it was good for the jokes in the background while trying to do work and stuff. So I was watching that, and then I know I watched other stuff. Oh, I watched Scott Pilgrim. It's really kind of weird movie. Like, I like it, but it's also really weird. Like the whole
Really?
him dating the minor thing and everything like that, and like
Yeah.
just sits funny now. I watched that, and I know I watched other stuff. I just can't remember because it's been like 2 weeks since we've done this. So Sony did a thing this week where they had their state of play. And now how often do they do these? They do these like maybe twice a year?
Twice a year, I think. They at least yearly, if not bi-yearly, or twice yearly. Semi-annually.
So, okay, that would make sense. That sounds about right. A lot of people were raving about it. I was kind of whatever. You said you hadn't seen anything about this?
No, unfortunately, I didn't read anything about it, so I'm kind of in the dark as to what they announced.
So
I was going to spend my day today kind of catching up on the news and stuff.
Yeah, I like this article because all it does is it just talks about everything that was announced. That's all it is. And it's perfect. Well, they mentioned how there's nothing about no God of War Ragnarok was brought up in this one. Oh, and I guess the show starts off with the tiniest sneak peek at a shadowed silhouette of the PS5 Pro.
Yeah, well, you know what? I just got my
Why?
PS5, so
Why?
let's see. PS5 Pro, I'll probably get that sometime 2026.
Yeah. But why?
If you can't get your base PlayStation onto the shelves of a store, you probably shouldn't plan on making another version that you also aren't going to be able to get onto a store. Well, I sent you that article where they talked about how they were going to try and ramp up production for this next year. Why? I mean, I know why you want to sell consoles, but why wait until next year?
Who knows? Like, I just don't understand the PS5 Pro because one, not only did not many people have the original PS5, but like how is that not still at least close to top of the line at this point?
Yeah, well, you got to remember it's 2 years old.
Yeah, that's not that okay, that's not that old, but like what else? What is this going to do that the other one can't?
Probably not a whole lot, but they normally at the 2-year mark, that's when they release the Pro or the Slim.
Oh, you know what? I want to say they usually do them like right at the same time almost.
Yeah, I really, really wish I would have waited and got the PS5 Slim because the current PS5 is like a piece of furniture in my living room.
I know. The PS4 Pro was a little bit better. But yeah. So they announced Resident Evil 4 remake. And this looks really good. I'm just gonna I've got the volume off. And this is next year. But like the graphics on this looked really good.
I mean, I never played a lot of Resident Evil. I do see that it's going to be a VR game.
That's further down the list. So I'm trying to remember if this was the one where they introduced the QuickTime events. I wish Avery was here. Avery's out sick this week because I know he would know. I want to say this is the one that they introduced the QuickTime events, and it didn't feel like the previous Resident Evils.
Oh,
It was more more first person-y type stuff. It's been so long since I've played, like 20 years. No, not 20 years, like 15 years or something.
this
But yeah,
may have been the last Resident Evil game I ever played. 3 or 4 was probably the last one I played.
and they announced some Walking Dead game that's whatever. And then they get into the VR stuff, which they've got No Man's Sky VR coming out. Was that something you'd be interested in?
I've played No Man's Sky VR already. It's
Okay.
already available. What they're releasing is Leviathan, and I think they're doing an upgrade for the If you'll see there, it's PlayStation VR 2. It's the upgraded
Right.
VR.
Yeah, everything all this stuff is VR too, and the graphics look pretty good for this.
I mean, I'm interested in the VR 2. I probably won't pick it up right away because I've got the VR 1, and from what I understand, it's just the hardware changes are relatively limited to the resolution in the screen, which is kind of a big deal, but not huge. And the range of view, they've changed a little bit on the range of view. Currently, when you're wearing the PlayStation goggles, in some games, you can kind of feel like, you're just looking just beyond your point of view is nothing. They supposedly have fixed that in the VR too. I did see that they did some information on Stray, which is a game I'm interested in playing.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Okay.
So this one,
okay, my list is different than your list.
So this one, I thought you might be interested. This is like a completely different. This is for VR2, and it's a game based off of Horizon. And I don't remember who you are, but you're some dude, and the goal is to climb to the top of this mountain.
Okay.
And so, the graphics for this VR stuff is starting to get there, I think. Yeah, I think it's looking a lot better. I'm also, I don't know,
I think with the next big step with VR that they've got to really push on is I always feel after playing for about a half an hour with the VR system like I have a big giant TV strapped to my face. And that's because I have a big giant TV strapped to my face.
So you lose the immersion after half an hour.
It just becomes my eyes become a little bit tired, and
okay.
Yeah, I don't.
And maybe your neck.
Exactly. I think they need to find ways to make it less of a felt presence in your gaming. But it looks amazing. It
does. Now this is kind of like a precursor for our next story that we're going to cover here. They announced that Spider-Man Remaster is coming to PC.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm pretty excited about that because that means I'll get to go and do the Miles Morales stuff. So
well, they didn't announce, is Miles Morales available on PC?
Why would you stop there? Like, I mean, I would think that they would want to do all the expansions and everything.
Miles Morales isn't technically an expansion. It's its own standalone game that kind of requires you to have the original Spider-Man.
Then what is it? If it requires you?
So I mean, it's its own game, kind of. It's weird.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it. I thought it was a great game. Oh, is this Stray?
This is Stray.
Yeah, this looks kind of cool to me. I've only seen videos.
Very interesting. This is very interesting, and this looks like gameplay. Damn, that looks good. I wonder how long a cat game is.
Here's my thing: if you have more than 9 lives to beat the game, then I think it's lame.
Okay. Okay.
You should be capped out.
All right. Hey, I won't disagree with that. I think that sounds like an excellent idea.
But I'm interested. I mean, most of the time when we play video games, we play as either a human or a humanoid type thing.
I'm really curious to how this one sells, because I almost feel like they should make a mobile version to get all the soccer moms, because they would want to play as a cat or whatever, you know, like, I don't know. I was like, it looks really good.
Yeah.
I might watch someone play it. Actually, that could be interesting. They announced some Callisto Protocol. I don't even remember what this was.
I saw that. It's on my list here somewhere. Yeah, Callisto Protocol. Dead Space looking game from the creators of Dead Space. So
okay.
I never played the Dead Space games. Did you?
So the only Dead Space game we ever had at my house was on the Wii, and that was on rails. So I was not interested. So there was that, and then this one is probably the most different looking game out of all of them.
Rollerdrome.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like a shooter, and you're on roller skates and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's
a cell shaded game, kind of like the Borderlands stuff.
Yeah, super cell shaded, like over the top art.
We both know who's going to want to play this.
Oh yeah. She was here earlier. Just a very different idea. Interesting. Not for me, but I mean, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Tony Hawk with guns, like
Tony. Okay. That's what I was gonna say. Skate or die with guns. True skate or die.
Yeah. I don't like the cell shadedness. Like Borderlands.
I don't. I've never been a big fan of cell shaded stuff. I always thought it looked cartoony, and I like my games to go for that hyper realism.
So I think this is the JRPG one that they announced, which I won't touch.
Street Fighter 6.
Oh no, this is an Etter Knights. That's a weird name.
Well, that doesn't appear to be on my list of games.
Oh, that looks like what's his bucket from My Hero Academia? I think that's who that is.
Way at the bottom. Yeah, I'll never play this. Maybe if they give it away for free, I'll play a couple of minutes of it.
Yeah. This. Oh well, now I'm gonna have to look into this, because it literally looks like it might be a ripoff of My Hero Academia. Why am I getting an echo all of a sudden?
I don't know.
Do you hear that?
No.
It just stopped. Okay. So Street Fighter 6, I saw this, and the graphics look great.
It
also looks like, oh yeah. Like, it also looks like there might be a story mode involved here.
I'll play it if there's a story mode.
Yeah, that's definitely something they've been missing. Like, I played one where there was kind of a story mode, but it was weird. I forgot which one it was. Probably whatever the most recent free one was on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah, it does. I'm watching the Chun-Li fight. Have they released who all the playable characters are?
They did. You can find that somewhere. I know Vega. I saw a lot of people complain about no Vega.
Yeah, that's actually what I was wondering.
So let's just go ahead and we'll get to the big news here. Final Fantasy, what is it, 16? So I saw a clip of this a few days before the state of play somehow. I don't know if that got leaked or something or what the deal was, but I saw some bits of this and all I could think was like, it's not Elden Ring.
Here's what, if they bring back the Black Mage, then I'm interested. But until they do that, I'm kind of out of it. This does look like they're at least going back to their kind of their fantasy-ish beginning.
Yeah, the no more of a boy band car road trip.
The bro trip. Yeah. I never finished that one. I actually gave that game away.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I tricked someone into borrowing it from me, and they're like, "Oh, I have to give this back to you," and I was like, "No, you don't."
But yeah, like it looks great. Looks freaking great. All these games look really good. The PS5 is definitely killing it graphics wise.
Yeah,
like the sword games for me have probably been ruined. Which shit, now that makes me wonder about The Witcher. Like,
oh yeah, this totally looks like they're going back to their roots. They have the Guardians with like Odin and Ifrit, and
okay. So another article that I saw earlier this week was Sony announcing that it wants half of its games to be on PC and mobile by 2025.
Yeah,
the mobile
I saw
thing's
that.
weird, but so I think this is really cool. They have to do this because Xbox is just slaughtering them on that front. I am right now resisting the urge to buy God of War on PC just because I'm just being cheap right now. Lord, can we do something about this whiteness here? There we
I
go.
actually have God of War on the original PlayStation 4 version, so I played it, I beat it, it was great.
Yeah, I had it on PS4 too, but that's gone now. I kind of want to see it on the PC. So I'm pretty stoked that they're going to do that. More of those games, and I'm not surprised, but we finally got an official announcement that they're definitely looking to make that move. And then now we've got the meme news. So 3 weeks ago, I was in Vegas for work, and I was completely tapped out of everything news-wise, and I had no idea what's going on in the world. I come home, and I open Twitter, and there's all these Morbius memes. It's Morbin time, all this stuff, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, are these people actually like praising this movie? No. They are making fun of it, and they got it trending, and like it was a big deal, and it's still a big deal. It's still going on. And
they're bringing Morbius back to over 1,000 theaters because of it.
Yeah. So that's what this is about. Is that now because of that, I guess Sony has decided they're going to re-release the film to 1,000 theaters, and so you see that's the kind of stuff like these people go off of these online analytics and they just look at the numbers and they aren't paying attention to the actual energy behind it. And
I mean, people will go see it in theaters. I guarantee you, if you go to a theater next week that's showing Morbius, there'll be at least a few seats that aren't.
You think they're going to ironically go see it now?
I think people will just go see it just to go see it. I disagree that it's the worst Marvel movie ever made. It's not really a Marvel movie. It's not an MCU movie.
Right.
I think there are definitely worse ones out there. Hulk Dogs comes to mind.
Who?
In the Hulk. The Ang Lee version where they have the Hulk dogs. Yeah, you've forgotten it. You've wiped it from your memory, but it exists.
Yeah, neither of those are really great. Like, yeah.
But this was a weak movie. I mean, they took what could have been an interesting character and could have been cued into, you know, the whole Blade series and everything else, which I understand Sony owns Morbius and Blade is owned by Disney, Marvel. So they probably wouldn't have ever worked together like they do with Spider-Man, but I don't know. They just wasted an interesting character and made him kind of a joke.
Yeah. I don't know. It is a joke. Everyone's making fun of it. Morbin time. Like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but it's also amusing. And I don't think they double what they did by putting it back out. I don't think they come even close to that. 73 million domestically and between 75 and 83 million worldwide with a total of 163 million. I'd be surprised if they got another 80. Well, they didn't even, Well, so there's no way they're going to get another 80 because I believe they're only re-releasing it here domestically. And so another 31.5 million. No, another 36.5 million. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I think that was funny, and I don't know if it was a good decision or not, but we'll see. I'm gonna definitely watch the numbers on that one.
Yeah.
Other than that, we've got our last topic, which is Top Gun Maverick.
Yes. What'd you think of it? I mean, we kind of heard your little mini review.
It was a great movie to go to and just shut your brain off. So last weekend I was having a pretty crappy weekend. And I went and saw this on Sunday, I want to say, and I was able to just put all the crap behind me and just watch this movie and enjoy this movie. I did watch the original Top Gun the day before, which I'm really
so did we.
I'm really glad I did because I want to say that might have been the first time I had watched that movie in my adult life. And
I'd watched it before, but I do know that, you know, it was definitely a cheesier movie than I remembered it being. Also, a true love story. But the original was just a love story between Maverick and Iceman.
Oh yeah, I wish I should find it. There's a thing with Tarantino going on about how Top Gun's just a gay love story.
Yeah. Brokeback Mountain with fighter jets.
Yeah. It's so funny. But I thought it was great. I loved how Maverick was still Maverick. He wasn't a fool. He wasn't the old man. As a matter of fact, they needed his ass. Which I guess, like, where did I hear this? Someone was like, they would always choose the older fighters for something like that, just because they've got all the experience. And it's all about experience, and it's not so much about being the top hot shot.
Right. Well, let's go to my favorite. My favorite moment in it was when he's in the bar right at the beginning, and they're introducing the new fighter pilots. Who was your favorite new fighter pilot? Payback, Hangman, Phoenix.
Shoot, who was my favorite? I liked Hangman. I liked the douchebag.
My favorite, the one who had the best call sign of all time. No one will ever beat it. Bob. Yeah. Bob.
No, Bob was pretty cool too. Like that's what was great about it, is like all the characters were really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought the characters were really neat and they were all different and they all fit their place. I just thought it was really well done.
It was a fantastic sequel to the original movie. The dude that they got to play Goose's son, I mean, that just blew me away. I mean, he looked
I know.
like a
I know.
kid
Yeah.
of Anthony Michael Edwards and Meg Ryan.
Yeah. It was, yeah, that was, and he pulled it off so well. Like, I don't like the mustache, but I get it. I just think it looks goofy, but whatever. It works for the movie. But yeah, the whole Rooster story was really good. They had to throw in the love story just to kind of like match the tone of the original.
Right. Well,
And that was fine. Like, I didn't hate it.
No, it wasn't the worst.
And then the Val Kilmer part. The Val Kilmer part was
that was kind of heartbreaking.
No shit, man. Like, I used to love Val Kilmer.
Yeah. The way they handled everything in the Val Kilmer with Iceman, first of all, with him being an admiral, was fantastic. You know, that's great because, you know, he obviously in the original was dedicated to his career in the Air Force, or in the Navy, not the Air Force. Right. So for him to wind up as an admiral, that finished up his storyline so perfectly. And then, you know, it played in very well to being able to bring Tom Cruise back and have him still be a captain.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Nearly 20 years later, and, you know, he's gone up in rank 0.
Right. What have you done with your life? Yeah. I like this. I like doing this. And, like, I don't know. He wasn't just. I mean, he was a test pilot for, like, the newest of new shit to be out there.
Right. Yeah, they did have it open up with that he was doing different things, but he was still, in the very end, he was just a pilot.
Yeah. Yep. And that's all he ever wanted to do. These movies make me want to go fly jets and ride motorcycles. Like,
well, if you've got $11,000 an hour, you can rent a jet from the United States government, and they will fly you. Now, Tom Cruise, you can get to fly him.
Right.
Every scene you saw where he was in a cockpit, he wasn't flying. Someone else was flying, and they were it was just trickery.
I guess that was his plane at the end, though. Like, that's his actual plane.
Possible. It was that's an old fighter jet from World War II. So I'm sure him and Harrison Ford, you know, fly around in those all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was a great movie. I think if you liked, you don't even really have to see the original to watch this one. I mean, everyone kind of knows the story of Goose as it is. Like, you don't even have to watch Top Gun. There's people out there that haven't seen Top Gun, and they know who Goose is. Like, that's how big of a deal that movie was.
Right.
So you don't necessarily have to watch the first one to see this one. I would anyways, just so that you can kind of like see the two together and how well they like work together. Like, that I felt that they did that really well. Like, it just matched the tone and everything. You couldn't even get like sequels like that back then in the day. Like, back then, the second, when you got a sequel in the 80s, no one liked it.
Yeah.
So I might see it in IMAX. It depends on if something else catches my eye for me to go to the theaters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I probably won't go see it again. I'll probably wait until I see. There's other stuff I want to see coming up. So.
Oh yeah, is Jurassic World's not next week, but the week after.
Jurassic World is next week, I think.
Is it this week? The like this Thursday or whatever? Let's look.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. We've got a lot.
There's a new Robin Hood coming out that I want to check out. I watch all
Friday, June 10th is.
Okay. Yep, that's this week.
Yeah, so that's this week. So we'll probably go see that Friday night. Then the next week we've got Lightyear, which is the Buzz Lightyear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm getting an echo off you now.
I have no idea. Oh, you know
the
what?
Weekend, the weekend after that, you've got Elvis coming out. That's the Baz Luhrmann Elvis biopic.
Oh yeah, I probably go see that one. I don't care about Lightyear.
I kind of do. I mean, it depends. We might go see it. We might wait and see it at home. And then the week after Elvis is no, it's not. No, we've got nothing that week.
And then the week after that is Thor.
No, the week after
Towards
that.
the end of July.
No, Thor is the beginning of July. The week after that is Minions: The Rise of Gru, and then the week after that, on July 8th, is Thor.
I can't watch the Minions, man. I've watched. I want to say almost all of them. Maybe missed one. I think that those movies are meant to make children retarded. Like, I don't know.
A little bit, yeah. They're funny though. Oh, Friday, July 22nd, Nope is coming out.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer for it?
Yeah. I don't care.
Really? Yeah. I watched that trailer and it evokes everything that the title stands for. Nope.
I know. I love the name of the movie, but I just don't care. There's so many movies out. Like there's a new Robin Hood coming out, and I watch all the Robin Hood movies. I freaking love Robin Hood.
Oh, do you? Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie, is coming out on Netflix.
Okay, I might watch that. I watch all the
you'll definitely be watching that. I know you're a sucker for that.
Oh, Black Phone. Dude, Black Phone looks really good.
Does it?
Yeah. It looks creepy as hell. Oh,
yeah, and then going into the end of the year, we've got like Black Adam, and
I don't even know if it's out anymore, but I heard really good things about that Liam Neeson memory movie where he plays like a guy with Alzheimer's or some shit. Yeah, I've heard really good things. So I might try and check that one out.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's the one that I'm hearing the best things about.
I'm trying to get to that one today. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Trying to get to that one today for sure. But yeah, for me, I'll probably, pending music projects and everything, probably get back into Elden Ring. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna go see Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then I'll probably go see I'll go see Jurassic Park because you just have to. Like, those are giant dinosaurs.
Yeah, those are almost mandatory.
Shit, I should probably buy tickets now. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go look as soon as we get off the podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. So, what about you? You got anything coming up this week?
We're going to finish watching The Boys, probably the episodes that are released today.
Are they releasing them like daily?
No, they're releasing them. I think it's on Fridays.
Oh, okay.
So, and that's fine. That gives, honestly, you know, we didn't even talk about it. Over the next few weeks, we've got a ton of releases. So you've got Kenobi every Wednesday. I think later this month we have Miss Marvel.
Oh, okay.
I think that's on Fridays. The Boys is on Fridays. Something else. There's something else that's a weekly release that's coming out. So there's a lot of good stuff that's being released that'll be interesting to watch.
Okay.
The good news I heard is they pushed back the Marvels because they're going to work Miss Marvel into the storyline.
I thought that's why they named it the Marvels. And like that was already part of the plan.
I think they're making it a bigger part of the plan.
Oh, okay.
I think that Miss Marvel may have tested way better than they even thought it would. Yeah, June 8th actually is Miss Marvel, so that's here in a couple of days that we get that.
That's like Wednesday.
Wednesday. So it's dropping the same day as Kenobi, which is fine.
Which is surprising because I want to say they tried to work that out differently previously, but whatever.
Previously, they did a Wednesday-Friday release schedule.
Yeah. I mean, it really doesn't matter if you're just doing it like just release
it really
everything
doesn't
on
with
Monday,
streaming.
like,
you're going to have a certain faction of people that watch it that day because they have to watch it that day. And then you're going to have the people that are like, oh, well, I'll watch it, this weekend. And, if you're not dropping it all at once, it really doesn't matter what day of the week you drop it on. People are going to watch it probably either that night or Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, whenever they get to it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that, let's wrap it up.
All right.
Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next week with our thoughts on Jurassic Dominion. Is that what it is?
Jurassic World Dominion.
Jurassic World Dominion with Chris Pratt.
It's got a lot of big words.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, we'll see what else happens over this next week that might be worth talking about. So, until next time, keep it nerdy.
Keep it nerdy.